New beginnings. As you can see, new video. I'm gonna make obviously a longer one, so everybody can be in it. That's been on the channel, of course, and all that stuff. Yeah, but I'm doing a lot of work behind the scenes. I'm gonna, improve the layouts and all that stuff. And obviously, the thumbnails have changed. The badge has changed, as you can see on top of me, right there. It's gone just simple so everybody can understand it and all that stuff. Yeah, thanks for tuning in, everybody. I'm late to the party. I've been working, so straight after work I'm here doing a stream for you guys. I mean, I'll do 12-hour shifts, as everybody knows. That's been a regular on here, and as soon as I get time, I'll do this for you guys on a daily basis, as I always do. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to look at the press conference. I haven't even seen it, to be fair. Not in full length. I only seen bits of it, so we're going to look into that. Then we move on to the tactics and players who are going to play and players that who are not going to play as well. So let's do the press conference first, and then I'll get to the comments and all that stuff as we go along with the press conference. Klopp is going to do next. So it was a 19-minute press conference. So we're just gonna see and pick out some bits of it, like what he's saying in the press conference in regards to players' injuries and all that stuff. And I heard he talked about Henderson as well. So as we go along, we'll just discuss it. It's not going to be a long show. Don't worry. It's not going to be a long show. And there's a lot of things to do anyway. There's lots of things to do. So let's start with the press conference. Please let me know if you can't hear it, and I'll get to the comments as soon as I can as we go along. So let's do.
It's Liverpool FC. That's a football club. Is that like this? I can read it better. Sorry? Yeah, I got that because I should wear that. It's dry fit, actually. It's really good. So good material, feels well. Yeah. Hi.
How you doing?
Okay.
Ahead
So
of your trip to Wolves, is there any concern over Trent Alexander-Arnold's hamstring injury?
no concern. He's not available. We knew that before. So that's great. He didn't train with the team once yet, and it will take a little bit. So it's not the worst hamstring injury you can have, but it's a hamstring injury, and they barely heal in 2 weeks, and this one didn't as well. We hope he can start, as he's running already, but start ball work maybe early next week, and then we will see. Then we'll go from there.
And Ryan Gravenberch opted not to play for the Netherlands under-21 team this week to focus on Liverpool. Have you seen the benefit of that, and will he feature in Wolves?
We will see that the second part.
At first, we thought like Trent's injury wasn't that serious. We thought, he's taking himself because he probably doesn't want to do international football. He doesn't even know if he's going to play. But it looks like it's more serious than we first thought. So it looks like he needs another game to recover from the hamstring injury. They don't want to take any risks on it. So expect him to play in the next game and avoid the Wolverhampton one. As for Ryan Gravenberch, he's going to be talking about him. Apparently in Holland there's a lot of uproar on Ryan Gravenberch not playing for the under-21s. Apparently a lot of ex-players, a lot of coaches are not happy with him dropping out from the under-21s. So let's just hear from Klopp.
We will see that, but yeah, of course, there's a benefit of it. It's just a player comes to a new club, so he had training sessions here. He could sort everything on a private basis. So if he would do that now this week, we have games every 3 days. Let me say like that. So he knows where he will live. He has a car. He has organized everything around. So of course, it's a benefit of that. I understand the Dutch. Mr. Reisinger was not happy, or Ronald Koeman was not happy. I can get that, but the boy is a footballer through and through, wants to play football all the time, and he used that break to fix a lot of things which we usually do in a proper rush. So he didn't have to do that. That's from our point of view obviously good, but he loves playing for Holland, whichever team, and yeah, that's it.
I'm sure you're relieved now that the transfer window's closed and we can stop talking about Mo Salah's future.
But you still do it. That's interesting.
But is there a fear that it will reignite?
Dude, you are not. You're kidding me, yeah? A week after we closed the transfer window, you asked me about a January transfer window.
It's likely that a bid may come in again in January.
Yeah. Obviously, you can't wait until December to ask this question. So we will see what happens until then. No, I'm not worried in this moment, not at all. I didn't even think about it until you opened that round again. So, yeah, no, I'm not worried.
Perfect.
Gentlemen, you
Don't you guys get fed up with the press? Like they always persist with players for some reason. Like Salah, they're still talking about him. They're talking about January, like him leaving. Who gives a damn? The transfer window has closed. The worst part of it is, are these Saudi Arabian clubs bigger than Liverpool Football Club? Don't disrespect us like that. Have respect for Liverpool Football Club. I think, the likes of Klopp and the press committee for Liverpool Football Club need to stop this now. It's getting beyond belief. You don't hear them asking Pep Guardiola if De Bruyne is going to go to Saudi or anything like that. You don't hear press conferences at Manchester United if it's Rashford going to Saudi, but it's always Liverpool Football Club. They start this nonsense every single time. This is how that Mane and Salah stuff started, when this rivalry started happening and the both players started becoming rivals on the pitch and off the pitch, and it shouldn't be like that. This is what I'm trying to tell people. We need to avoid things like this. We need to get back to basics and, make sure there's no rivalries going on anymore, because that's what destroyed that side of that team. Once the Salah and Mane stuff started happening, they started fighting on the pitch. As everybody knows, Burnley away when Mane went off and he started going crazy on the bench. And, they started to go to international football. They started, rivaling there as well, Mane versus Salah. And it shouldn't be happening like that. We should be one unit. We should be, all as one. As fans, as a manager, as players. And that's what we need to get back to. This time around, we're going to have a better players, in my opinion, better team. So let's stick with them and make sure the outside influences don't come in as well, if you know what I mean. So that's what I don't want to see in the near future. If you get what I'm saying, people, there's too much of this happens with the press conferences. And it starts off with the reporters probably who support Man United, who supports, our rivals, who come out with such things like Salah this, Salah that. And it shouldn't be like that. It shouldn't be like that. Let me bring in Uncle Rods. He's here. He finally arrived. The king is here. So let's bring him on. Yes, Uncle Rods.
What's going on? Listen, there was a young G. Yeah, there's a young G that had a calling.
Yeah,
young Liverpool G that had a calling and that, and I think I've subscribed to each other because they come up. So I thought, you know what? Let me go on there for a little bit. You know what I mean? Bless him up. You know what I mean? Bless him up.
That's what we're here for.
That. Yeah. And then obviously I come true. You know what I mean? I come true here still. So I did that still. You know what I mean? I made some points with him and stuff and everything. I just said to him, look. That's why I said, look, anytime that you want to come on my show, hit me up on Twitter and that, and you're welcome in time. You understand what I'm saying? You know what I mean? We all got to look after each other because it's a family here. You know what I mean?
Yeah, mate. If we're not here to help each other, what's the actual point of being on these things? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, there's a whole saying that's you never walk alone. That's what we're here for. You know? We're not like other clubs. We're Liverpool Football Club, and sticking together is what we do. But I haven't even looked. I know you've done a show about this. Obviously, the press conference. I haven't done one, so I'm just listening to what he's saying and picking out certain bits, and then we could discuss it as we go along with the chat as well. If you're okay with that.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I won't mind listening to it again.
Man.
consider the players that left over the summer and now the players that have come in, and the latest being Ryan, of course, and you consider your midfield options. Are you happy with how that option looks now, and you've got the ability to do everything that you hopefully want them to do?
Yeah, I'm happy. I was happy with our midfield. We had over the years fantastic players, super characters, real man grew into fantastic, from younger players into more experienced players, grew into each different role. The most successful players we had here at the club, for at least since I'm here, and it was a big task, and it's a big task to replace these guys. But I'm happy with what we've got. That's true. I really think we brought in good players, and we had already good players here with Curtis, with Harvey, Thiago. Obviously, we had already Stefan. We had really good players here, and we brought a few on top of that, and that's necessary, but not easy. And so far, I think it looks all right, but. We would have loved to carry on, obviously, after the Aston Villa game, which was a really good game. Could do that. I think 30 odd hours ago, Maka played in Bolivia, landed yesterday morning at 4 o'clock. So Lucho at 9 a.m. Yeah, 9 a.m. yesterday. So.
Uncle Ross, what do you think of this 12:30 kickoffs, man? I thought we actually passed that stage. Like, we won the Europa League, so we expect to be, in the, late hours. Now we're playing it at 12:30 again. Like, these players are coming from different countries. It's pathetic, mate. Like, it's really bad.
It is, because I think what I think should happen, yeah, is when you have an international, yeah, right. Nobody should be playing at 12:30 kickoff. Nobody. It should be all 3 o'clock onwards. Do you know what I mean? Like 3 o'clock, at 5:30, and if you're gonna have an evening match, 7:30, you do that. Do you know what I mean? It gives the players at the day that's have to travel for far places. I just imagine that day, right? If we had an Australian person playing for our team.
Oh my goodness!
And then you have to go on international duty. You have to go all the way to Australia and for that, which is a 12 to 13 hour flight. Yeah, right. Go there and for that, play his international game. Yeah, right. Then travel back and then another 12 or 13 hours and then right, all right, and be prepared at the day to play at 12.
Where is the duty of care? Where is the duty of care? You know what I mean, for these players? Like, you keep saying we care about players, but you don't really. You know what I mean?
Care.
They don't.
All they care about is this, my friend.
Yeah, of course.
That's all they care about. Do you know what I mean? What makes the money, because it's ridiculous at the day that you have an international, and the international that England played, didn't really mean nothing anyway. It didn't mean nothing. It's game against Scotland at the day, anniversary of 150 years. Wow. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. You played against Ukraine and everything that, which I think was a friendly as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Friendly or qualified? Wasn't a qualified, it's a friendly. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The games that you played necessarily didn't mean anything.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And a lot of these other teams at the day, like your Brazil and all them sort of play teams there, right? Some of their games were friendlies as well. What's the point? What's the freaking point? Save the friendlies at the day. Excuse me. Save the friendlies at the day for summer. Have it in summer, like in the off season. Do you know what I mean? Where you don't have to come back to your club. What do you say? McAllister landed from Bolivia, was it? What?
This morning, I think it was this morning.
Lucho at the day, right? I like the way he says Lucho as well, Lucho as well, right? He arrived 9 o'clock this morning. It's ridiculous, man. He said,
and that's our best players. You know what I mean? It's not like they're coming in to play on the bench. You know what I'm saying? We need them in the first team to compete. You know what I mean? So if they're traveling from that far and from different countries, why did they have to play at 12:30? Make it a late game. It's just not, the duty of care is just not there, man. But let me read the comments, Uncle Ross. Lewis says, "Let's go, Ravi, man. Big up, man. I haven't seen you for a while. Ravi's in the house." Obviously, John Conway supports all of us. The GOAT, as we call him, the best guy on YouTube, I think, man, by far. Everyone is. Sorry about that. Aziz, big up for it, of course, man. Aziz, big up, chat. Yes. CK says, yes, Fozzie, thank you for coming on. Honestly, thank you guys. You know what I mean? I don't normally do night shows anymore. I haven't done it for a while, but yeah, it's been good. It's been good. Obviously, Uncle Rod's. Uncle Rod's, like with the team. Now Trent is not going to be there. Van Dijk is not going to be there. Is it going to be difficult for us to go away to Wolves tomorrow to beat them? Do you think like we've got enough?
We've got enough. Because remember at the day, sort of like Canate has been training for the last 2 days, so he should be in the starting lineup. So what you then do with Canate, and you give him 60 minutes, 60 or 70 minutes, and then you bring in Gerald Kransa, bring him on for the last 20, 25 minutes. You know what I mean? I think he's a really good player. That kid there. You know what I mean? Then you got obviously got Matic's fit, so he will come in. Do you know what I mean? And then you got like Joe Gomez that can play on the right hand side as right back. You know what I mean?
And so Endu as well. Endu actually could play there.
Yeah, he can play as well. I mean, to be honest with you, I always thinking and they like Joe Gomez, he has his best games when he does play fullback.
Yes.
I mean, but mind you, however, this season started up when he's been called upon at the day to play centre back. Yeah,
exactly.
You know what I mean? He hasn't failed. He's done his bit, and I respect him for that. Do you know what I mean? You know, I was saying on another channel before coming this. Yeah, I was saying that day like you got to look at Gomez. Look at Gomez and what sort of player he was. Yeah, player he is. When Brendan Rodgers brought him in and brought him into the team, his first game was Man United.
Yeah.
First game was Man United and everything.
As a left back.
As a left back and everything. Although we lost the game 2-1, right? Like Gomez's performance that game and they was awesome. He was awesome. He was just having it with everybody.
Because at the time it was injury free, Uncle Rod. You know what I mean? There was no worry about knee injuries or anything like that. But I keep telling people, you know, when that knee goes, it's gone. You know that trusting knee ain't there anymore. You know what I mean? Every single time you play, you start worrying from going forward. That's what's happened to these players.
Yeah, I agree.
People don't understand about knee injuries. They're serious injuries. I'm telling you. I played football and I suffered knee injuries. I know my leg ain't the same. Even after operation, it wasn't the same no more. I could feel something's not right. I couldn't run as fast as I could. I couldn't dribble like I used to. It was just like I was just there. You know what I mean? All I had to do is take care of me. That's why I had to do it. That's why I keep telling about Van Dijk when people have a go at Van Dijk. I said Van Dijk, the issue he has right now is he can't cover like he used to cover the whole team. Remember, like when people used to get past defenders, our defense like Matip or Gomez or someone, he used to come out of nowhere and intercept the ball. That's what they're looking for nowadays. He can't do that anymore. So Van Dijk, what he has to do is now look after Van Dijk. Let the other, I guess Aston Villa, we won that game because the players like Gomez and Matip, they looked after themselves. They had their own responsibilities to worry about. They didn't need Van Dijk to come around the back and start making interceptions for them. So that's how he's playing right now. And people need to take it easy on Van Dijk. I mean, he's not. Once he got that knee injury, like Pickford, like I said in my last stream, Uncle, he messed him up. He messed up that knee, man. That knee ain't the same no more. The bone, everything, it's not the same anymore. They could reconstruct it and put it back together, but that weakness is still there, people. So just don't expect too much from the likes of Van Dijk.
Don't you think at the day sort of like there's two things I was saying? Don't you think at the end of the day sort of like obviously saying that injury and everything that is a bad injury, but you think at the day that a person will lose their confidence, and being in the day right, for a situation in the day with Virgil van Dijk where that knee would never be the same, don't you think he's come back well?
Yes, he has.
You know what I mean? Would you agree with me on those 2 points?
Yeah, 100%. I think he has come back well, but like I said, don't expect too much from him like what he used to do before. Number one, the knee ain't the same. Number two, he's aging. So, but this season he has started well. He's done well. I mean, he's come back to like some sort of form, but I'm not gonna push him to the extent he's gonna get himself like. He's going to extend himself too far to the point he'll get injuries again. You know what I'm saying? So let Van Dijk look after Van Dijk, and the other ones have to look after themselves. Every person is their own responsibility in the team. That's what I say. I mean, that's how I go on about it. Because it will be less injuries. Because if he keeps like going for overstretching and things like that, he will injure himself even further, and that we don't want that. You know what I mean? At the end of
No.
the day. So Ravi says, go on the jazzy coffee shop music at the start. Yeah, I love jazz. I bet Uncle Ross loves jazz as well. Jazz is the best,
no,
man.
no. Listen, jazz is like, you know, is my go-to music when I want to chill. Do you know what I mean? Jazz and slow jam is my go-to music when I chill. You know
I still want to go to New York. You know, they have this in Times Square. They have these places where the old jazz players play, like the old from the like 70s and all that stuff. They play in this. Times Square is like London's West End. So I'm still hoping to go and watch one of the older ones there, man. And I love jazz, but jazz is one of the most relaxing music you could listen to. 100%.
You want to go down to Harlem as well? Harlem.
I've been to Queens. I will never go back there again, man. It's scary stuff, man.
Jamaica.
Yeah. It's scary. It's scary, mate. It scared me and my wife, man. We couldn't wait to get out. It's proper hood, mate. It's proper hood. I was driving. I was driving a 4x4 Ford car. Yeah, I went to McDonald's to get the food. Yeah, she was in the hotel, and then the guy said to me, "Mate, this is a nice car. Why are you doing in the hood with a car like this?" I said, "Mate, it's a rental. If they take it, they take it. I don't care. You know what I mean? If it was my car, then I'll worry." And he's like saying, "Oh, you speak English? Like you got English accent?" I said, "Yeah, I'm from England. I'm a tourist, man. You know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah, but it's a dangerous place, mate. It's a dangerous place, man.
Because Queens is literally just like Brixton.
Yeah,
it's Brixton of America. That's what it is.
Sick, man.
I mean,
I've always wanted to experience the hood, innit? Like the locals, innit? All that stuff. But yeah. Times Square is one I'm gonna stay from now on, mate. I'm not going anymore, man. Let's get back to the press conference and see what he's saying.
Let's see where we can pick up from there. So I didn't see them yet, and I will see them today, and then we make decisions about the game tomorrow. But with the quality of the players, I'm really happy. The potential level is really good, and I love working with them because they are open. It's nice for a coach, obviously, as well, for a manager as well, that you know they didn't hear it already 500 times before. So some messages are new, and yeah, so it's really exciting.
In terms of Wolves, you've had some tight games against them, particularly on their home ground in recent years. Is it a particularly difficult place to go to get a result, would you say?
Well, yeah, it is. It is like Premier League. It's Premier League. I couldn't. If you ask me now, is there any away ground where you like to go and think, oh my God, we have the point already? There is none. But Wolves for sure not as well. And I have to say, I know they had now 100% sure the manager didn't want to lose Mateusz Nunes late in the window. They lost a few key players, and then you look at the lineup and you think, wow, that's really quality. Yeah, players like Wang and Kalicic don't even start, so they have still Neto and other guys. So it's a really good football team, and that's the team we prepare for. So we're unlucky, obviously, now early in the season already with decisions, which happens to all of us, but not all these decisions lead indirectly to a bad result. In their case, I think it was like that. So, yeah, we expect a massive fight, and that's what we have to be ready for.
Jürgen, Jordan gave quite a wide-ranging interview during the international break, just on the element of Liverpool, and one of the things he said that if someone had asked me to stay, I would have done. Obviously, it's difficult to leave a place that you love and clearly played so long before. I just wondered if I could get your thoughts on what and how what happened, what he said.
I really think it's important to. I didn't read the interview. I only heard first. Then I read it. So because Tony spoke about it, and I thought, okay, maybe before I have it all tinted by Tony, so maybe I should make my own opinion. And Hendo said the truth in all departments. That's how it was. So we had our talks. I told Hendo I want him to stay, but we had to talk in these conversations as well about the possibility of not playing regularly. I told him we bring players in, stuff like this. You don't have this talk when you about the positive side. Oh, Henry, you will play. I cannot have a talk before a season and tell a player you will have 50 games this season, 100%, because I don't know that. It all depends on performance. And if Hendo would have performed, he would have had maybe 50 games. Absolutely fine, absolutely possible. But in the specific situation with the relationship we had, I saw it important. I thought it's important that we speak really about everything, and that means what happens if, because Hendo is a fantastic player. I will love him forever. Super guy, but he's not great when he's not playing. Let me say it like that. So Millie was like this when I arrived here, and Lucas Leiva was like this. And you always thought, okay, they're great guys. In the moment they see the lineup and they're not involved, they turn into Jekyll and Hyde. Is a friendly game against that. It's unbelievable. So, and that's with Hendo's problem. So you have to talk about that. He's my captain, was my captain for 7.5, nearly 8 years. And I said, I have to talk about that now, because I don't want to wake up one morning and be too knock horns with each other just because you thought you will start and I tell you you will not. And that what obviously in Hendo's ear and mind came on, okay, he doesn't want me here. And I understand it 100%, but we clarified that. But anyway, what he said is, if I would have told him, Hendo, stay here, you will be the main man in midfield, stuff like this, Hendo would have stayed. That's the truth. That's 100% the truth. But I couldn't say that. As much as I wanted him to stay, I couldn't say that. And that's why it was better that Hendo moved on. So that's it. And
there you go. Like a lot of people say, Klopp hasn't got a ruthless side in him and all that stuff. So what do you think of this Henderson story? Like, I know you heard the whole interview with Jurgen Klopp. Was it right for him to go at this time, Uncle Rod? Like,
I think so. I mean, Klopp at the end of the day explained it well. He said, look, I couldn't promise you that you're going to be a starter. Do you know what I mean? And what it is, because of their friendship that they had, and what they've still got that friendship, so as far as I can understand. Because of the friendship they got, he had to be straight with him and say, look, at the end of the day, I want you to stay at the club, but you're not going to get much games. Do you know what I mean? And I know that at the end of the day, you're not going to like that. Do you know what I mean? So let's be straight enough for that. It's like, it's up to you whether you want to stay or whether you want to go. But I'm going to let you know now that you're not going to get a lot of games. You know what I mean? Because what he said is true. People like Henderson are great players at the day when they're playing, but when they're not playing, they're not good. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're not good. So like, really, he has to sort of like make a sort of like an executive decision to say, well, look, in the day, I can give him a bag of games in the day, but if he runs out of steam, if he gets injured and things like that, then I might lose it for 3 or 4 months. You know what I mean? And that's gonna mess me up. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the best thing for me to do at the end of the day is like have a clear out, because that's what we initially at the end of the day. That's what we really wanted Klopp to do, didn't we? We wanted Klopp at the end of the day to sort of like have a clear out, didn't we? Clear out. And bring in some new players.
Do you know what I said, Uncle Ross? Like, the masses, like, it's very hard to convince our fan base for some reason. I love everyone. I love everyone that complains. I love everyone that don't complain. I love the people in the middle. The thing, what people need to understand, I keep repeating it to everyone. It's like a business. If your team performs one season to the highest level, like in your company, whatever, you're not gonna drop them in the next season, are you? You're still gonna persist with them, probably add a little bit more to help them out, and then you see how it goes. That's what he did. That's what he did with these players, and then it didn't work out. So this season, you can see we made the right signings, the right time. Obviously, we didn't get the Caicedo one. We tried to get Bruno Guimaraes. It didn't work out, but we still got the 100 million for the summer. So what did we do? We bought Endu as a stopgap. You know what I mean? We needed an experienced player, somebody's around the same age of Milner when he came along to Liverpool, and that's what we got. So he's going to be obviously the defensive midfielder for this season. Next season, I'm expecting us to go out there and get one that's in high levels and younger than obviously Endu. So we need to just be careful how we go on things. Like when a lot of people were saying Klopp has to get out, he's not good enough, he's messed up this season, all that stuff. It's just he went with his gut. You know what I mean? That's what he did. He trusted the players that nearly got him the quad, and it just didn't work out. That's what happened, Uncle Rhodes.
You know what it is in the day, right? I'm still here. I'm just gonna put my charge.
Yeah, it's okay, man. I like the new badge, by the way.
You know what it is sometimes, and you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
But do you get what I'm saying, though, Uncle Rhodes, in regards to the team that done the quads? Like you don't just like abandon them, do you? You give them another season, right? Or am I wrong here?
No, you do give him another season. You do, and that's right. Do you know what I mean? What I would have liked at the end of the day is that, as I said in the other channel, right? I would like the transition. The transition at the day probably should have been better than what it was. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think what is some of the players that we got in now, at the end of the day, we probably should have gotten them in last season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
then the transition could have been so much more easier. But saying that, were these players available last season? That's what we look at.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? Were they available? And I don't think they were available. I don't think the likes of McAllister, I don't think the likes of Szoboszlai.
Snip. How much we bought them for? It's a snip, mate.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Gravenberch, I don't think Endo, those 4 players that we brought in, I don't think these players were available last season. So
Exactly.
what I said at the end of the day is this: all right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to ride it out at the end of the day this season. Yeah, we're going to ride it out this season. I'm going to give this team another chance. Yeah, right.
Especially what they've done the season before. You know
right,
what I mean?
exactly. And see what can happen in the thing now, right? But on the premises at the day that in the summer I'm going to have a clear out.
Yes.
And that's what it's initially doing, because you know what is at the day, right? If he gets Andre at the day in January, yeah, that's a set complete.
That's it. Yeah. But no. But the thing, what you need to understand, Uncle Rose, is they were gonna get Andre and they were gonna get Caicedo as well at the same time. Don't forget, they bid for both of them at the same time. They were trying to get Andre for about 20 million and Caicedo for the 111 million. So and then when Caicedo didn't work out, they tried to get Bruno Guimaraes for about 100 million. That didn't work out. Newcastle didn't want to sell. And player didn't push for a transfer either. But listen, we're in a good place now. Honestly, I honestly think we're in a good place. We just need to calm down, man. I think there's too many people looking for negative stuff at the same time.
Yeah.
We need to get rid of that stuff, man. We don't feed the rivals, man. Let's keep our mouth shut and let the team do what they're doing. They're beating teams with 10 men. You know what I mean? So
I honestly feel that day that sort of Klopp is cooking up something special. I honestly feel that. And what we got to do, and we stay grounded at the end of the day, right? Give this manager support, because listen, at the end of the day, this is the same manager at the day that's brought us success. He's brought us success. He's brought us a league in the first time in 30 years. He's brought us a Champions League in the day, right? And when I did my show a couple of days ago, right, and I had the team, squad he's picked for the Europa Cup. What that tells me at the end of the day, right? He wants to win it.
Yes.
He wants to win that Europa Cup.
That's a strong team, mate.
Strong team. He wants to win that, because if you check it, if he wins that Europa Cup now, right? Yeah. That's a set.
Yeah.
He won everything.
Exactly.
He's literally won everything in the day in England. You know what I mean? So listen, at the day, right? It come to the end at the day of Henderson's reign at at Liverpool, and I wish him the best of luck in Saudi Arabia. Wishing the best of luck in that, right? And let's move on now. Let's stop going on with this Henderson. You know what I mean?
He's gone.
Henderson had it every other day, and he said this and he said that. Henderson's not a Liverpool player anymore, so he can say what he wants.
I mean, we don't go back. I mean, we need to go forward, as this old saying goes. You know what I mean? Hendo, K-Mac, please go subscribe to K-Mac. He's a wonderful guy. He's got his own channel, and he's pretty much in every channel, isn't he? K-Mac. We're going to bring him on, obviously, here once we get everyone back. I just need to fix up the backgrounds and all that stuff. As I said to you, Uncle Rods, there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to do for us in here. So I'll get everyone on after that. Hendo has only been for Hendo. Nothing changes my mind. If he didn't get what he wanted, he's toxic. There is no I in the team. Yeah, you're right. There's no I in the team. You're 100% right, K-Mac. And Henderson still plays international football at age of 33. That's a questionable thing as well. I think he's 33 now. He's got to be 33. Why you still? I mean, if I was him, I'll have that motivation to tell the manager, you know what? I need to probably get rid of the international football and try to concentrate on my football in my club. And then probably, if you show that fight to Klopp, maybe Klopp will listen to you. Because as Klopp said, he didn't want him to go, but like Uncle Rod said, it's time to go as well. Yeah, it is time to go, because we need to, got second round. You know what I mean? For Liverpool Football Club, we need to see new players. We need to see younger players that the club can grow with, and have more success than the previous ones. You know what I mean? Although the other ones have won titles, but they only won one of each. I want to see 2 Premier Leagues, 3. You know what I mean? I want to see some more, and this team can do it, man. What the average age now is 23, and that's brilliant in my opinion. 23, bro. It's crazy, man. And we're gonna get better, Uncle Ross. I'm telling you right now, man. Like, they still got money. I mean, no, they can't hide 100 million from me.
And there's nothing, not a bit, of bad blood or whatever. He is the captain of the most successful team this club saw in the Premier League era. So, and for me, and rightly so, and he was a sensation. He's a sensational player, and I wish him only the best. And when he comes here, from my point of view, he gets a real farewell, everything. So there's nothing to misunderstand from that point of view, 100%. You're welcome.
Yeah, again, can I just ask,
Yeah.
what are the qualities in Ryan Gravenberch that made you want to bring him to Liverpool? Because he's a player you've been linked with for a fairly lengthy period of time.
I wouldn't want to choose one. To be honest, it's just the package is really interesting. He's good in small spaces, and that's now really especially good in big spaces as well. So he can accelerate with the ball. He can really drive the ball. He has a really good overview. He's a good passer, good shooter. The full week training now. Everybody said before, and he knows that. So he's a really skilled boy. He always was. With 18, he played. When he moved to Bayern, he had already more than 100 games at Ajax. So that's not a usual career until then. But everybody would have said, defensively, he can make the next step 100%. But I see that he wants that. He got that 100%. So when he's really in that, it's working extremely hard. It's obviously really nice for him having, Cody only arrived yesterday, I think, but having Verge and Cody around. But it's the same age group like most of the boys now, and it's really cool having him. So he's a good guy, and a player with massive potential. And I don't know.
Do you know what I said, Uncle Ross, with Gravenberch? He reminds me of Jack Wilshere. I don't know if you agree. Maybe I could be. You know the way he gets at tight situations with the right foot, inside foot, and all that stuff, and dribbles past players. Not Jack Grealish, sorry, Jack Wilshere, the one who used to play for Arsenal, the one who was injury prone. If you watch both of them, like put them side to side, it's the same type of player. The way they get at tight situations. Am I wrong here, or
No, you're not wrong.
You watch him?
Always thought sort of like Jack Wilshere was a good player for Arsenal. I mean, he kind of dropped off towards the end, but when he was at his peak and everything, that he was like, that was some player, and it's true. He's got that kind of same kind of mentality on the ball, and he likes to fight his way out of tight situations.
Yes.
Into the ball and stuff. You know what I mean? He'll just spin you in midfield, and listen, I think he's going to start tomorrow. I think he'll start. And
what do you think of the outrage of the fan base in Holland, like him dropping out the under 21, saying like, I want to concentrate on my new club, I need to like get myself ready and all that stuff. Like there's an outrage in Holland. Him dropping out.
Yeah, because I think everybody wants their best player to play for their country, but I can understand what sort of like Ryan Gravenberch is he's thinking, because like you got to look at it. When he went to Bayern Munich at the day, right? He went to Bayern at night, and he's promised all these things that you're going to play in this position, you're going to start this game and this and that. And when he got to Bayern Munich, it was nothing like that. Do you know what I mean? He hardly got a kick of the ball, right? So I think at the day, so look, right, he's got to move to Liverpool. He knows at the end of the day, right, under Klopp at the end of the day, right, he can become a much better player than what he's now. I'm not saying he's rubbish now, but I'm saying his levels go up under Klopp.
I'm gonna come on to that, because I wanna put something on top of that as well. And let me just read Aziz's comment. Aziz says bad mouth in LFC was a bit shocking for me. Definitely not welcome back in any capability in the future. It's all about Henderson. It's a bit harsh, but yeah, I understand where you're coming from. That's what I said about you was on the stream in the comments when I was talking about Bellingham. I said if you look at Bellingham, he's already tired himself out, mate. He's running on some weird batteries, mate. He needs to calm down. You know what I mean? To the point, I'm looking at his knees. He's got like patches and all that stuff. Like at age of 20, you don't want to like diminish, man. Somebody needs to get hold of that kid. That's why I said Klopp would have been perfect for Bellingham, because the way he's running at Madrid and England now, there's no one holding him and telling him, mate, calm down. Don't run out of steam. You know what I mean? Because that's how I see when I'm looking at Bellingham, and he will pick up a lot of injuries, Uncle Ross, the way he's going as well.
Well, yeah, but remember at the day, in the last season at the day, right? He spent he spent a majority of the season at Dortmund injured. Remember, he was injured, and like after starting off very well at Dortmund, do you know what I mean? That was probably one of the reasons that the day that Dortmund never won the league in the end, and they could have. If Dortmund, if Bellingham did play.
Spot on, Uncle.
You know what I mean? Yeah. Now the thing is, what I was trying to tell, this guy Nippon, this Chelsea support. What I was trying to tell him at the end of the day is this: at the end of the day, right? Yeah. There's no way at the end of the day on earth that Liverpool's going to pay you more money at the end of the day than Mo Salah. It's just not going to happen.
What have you done for Liverpool, first of all? You have to do something for Liverpool in order for you to get that. You know what I mean?
You're talking about a guy like Mo Salah and Day, right? That consecutively in 6 seasons has scored 20 goals or more.
For a winger, not a striker, a winger.
Right. And he's the first player in the Premiership, to do that, you know. Every season and in day, he scored 20 goals or more. Minimum 20 goals in that, right? For 6 seasons running. Right? You know what I mean? And and what he does on the ball, the goals that he scores, and you're asking him today to get paid more than what he is. Who the hell are you? Yeah, you go to Madrid. Go to Madrid and for that. Because you know what's going to happen in next season or so, right? You're going to burn yourself out.
It's done. It's done, mate. Because I'm just watching him, Uncle. We watch football for so many years. I can see that happening. He's gonna get serious injuries. He's gonna mess his career up, man. Mess his career. Poor guy, man. But yeah, with Gravenberch, you know what I mean? He's got the guidance now. He's only 21. I couldn't believe he's 21. Really? You know what I mean? So he's got the whole world at his feet. You know what I mean? At one point, Gravenberch was highly regarded more than Bellingham. Don't forget that, people. Like Liverpool wanted him before, and he opted for Bayern Munich. You know what I mean? Instead. So, and listen, he's going to become a fantastic player for Liverpool, no matter where he plays. If he's defensive or central midfield, the most important thing, in my opinion, Uncle Roz, is like we're not. The old team was like this, like straight. Like this, like you can't rotate them. This team is like this. You could like put them everywhere. They could cover for each other no matter what. You see McAllister, what he's doing at the moment. McAllister's under the radar here, or is it just me? Like, what's going on here? Why are people bragging about McAllister playing as a central midfielder or the defensive midfielder? He's still doing the same job. He's not making any mistakes. He's passing the right passes. He's doing the right defensive work. Like, but not a lot of people are talking about him. It's crazy, Uncle. Like, McAllister is a don, mate. He is a don.
Listen, that midfield is looking horse, man. And the thing is that something come out the other day. Our friend Amir posted it, and he said they sort of like Liverpool are in negotiating for Fluminense, and then they over pre-contract for Andre. They really want this guy. They know what
he's good. He's good, mate. He's good. I've seen Lucas Leiva when he first came to Liverpool. Like he looked fantastic at I don't know what club he was at. It's somewhere in Brazil. I think it's Flamengo, isn't it? Was it? I don't know. Same club. I think it's the same club. It's Flamengo, wasn't it? It's the same club.
It's Grumio. I think it's
him and Anderson used to play. You know, and Maynard's Anderson. They used to play together at that club. Yeah, they're both. Well, he looked great. He looks like an attacking midfielder, dominant midfielder. Then he came to Liverpool, and because normally Brazilians, what they do, they go to Spain, they go to Italy, then they work their way to the Premier League, innit? But sometimes when the Brazilians come here straight away, it doesn't work out. But I'm looking at this Andre, Uncle Rose. He is good, mate. He's really, really good.
I've seen 3 games of him. I followed him because I'm in this group, and they Fluminense group. Me and Maya's in that group. I'm literally following this guy and that because you know, I've always loved Brazilian football. Do you know what I mean?
Remember Channel 5 back in the day, innit? Channel 5.
Yeah, man. You know what I mean? Flamengo, all them man.
Exactly, bro.
Santos, you know.
Mhm.
You know, I've been following in one league game. We played one league game, and he was awesome in that. And 2 Copa de Libertadores games.
Yeah.
Awesome again. Because what he does at the day, he's a defensive midfielder. And he does anything that when they're not attacking, he will slip back into that into the centre back position. So what he then got in the day is 5 centre back is 5 defense, 5-man defense, yeah, right. But when they're going forward now, then he'll come out and go to drop into midfield. You know what I mean? He's very technical. Do you know what I mean? And like, and when I look at him, I look at him, I said, you know what? That's a clock player.
Yes.
That's a clock player.
Yes.
That's what most of what I think is. That is a clock player. And when you look at it, when you look at the midfield at the day, right? Yeah. You look at the midfield and that, and you can actually say it, and all the players that's brought in this season that they are clock players.
Clock players.
You know what I mean? It's like what is exactly what he wants them to do. Do you know what I mean? He wants them to change the ball. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't want to stick to one position. You know what I mean? He wants to play at multiple positions in midfield in the day. And
that's where I come in, Uncle Rods. Do you remember the Dortmund team he used to have?
Yeah,
with Gundogan as a defensive midfielder, they had Kagawa, Goetze, Lewandowski, and you know they had all the Rios on the left, Polish guy, I forgot his name, on the right side. They used to have this team similar to this, technical players, but at the same time they could do the running as well, but not to the point they burnt themselves out. But you know, like when the team, when the time needs to be controlled, the game they control it. When the time they have to go like full throttle, they go full throttle. Like that's what they used to do. That's what we're having. People don't get it. I swear. I think people are sleeping. I said it, bro. I said people are sleeping on us. You know what I love? I've been going to other YouTube channels. I've been going to other chats on Twitter and all that stuff. People are fearing Liverpool, man. They're fearing Liverpool again, mate. They're fearing Liverpool again, man. They know it.
I'm telling you, because what Klopp's doing in for that, no disrespect to sort of like Chelsea, because I've got a Chelsea bridge in OG. Yeah. But what it is in day, I always say this.
OG's cool, man.
Never buy what you want, buy what you need.
Yes.
In life, that's in life. It doesn't matter. It's not just football. In life, don't buy what you want, buy what you need. Do you know what I mean? And what's actually happened today is like Chelsea have bought what they want.
Yes.
You know, they want all these name players and this and that, right?
Spot on.
We bought what we need. We need interchange.
But doesn't that remind you of something? That's what we did in the first stint with Jurgen Klopp, the first spell. He bought what he needed. Everybody was asking questions. Why did we buy Robertson? He's got relegated. Why are we buying one of them? He got relegated. Why are we buying, you know, this, who are not even like winners? But what happened? What happened? They fit the system we put in place.
Robertson became that day. Remember, this is a guy, apart from getting relegated with Hull, do you know at Nay, right? He got released for Celtic.
Yeah. As a youngster, yeah.
You know what I mean? Then he went to Dundee United, and you know his career started picking up, right?
Yeah.
Now he got relegated from Hull and everything. Now, when you think it's all over, what's actually happened at the day is like he's gone to Liverpool, right, and he's become one of the best left backs in Europe.
In the world, forget Europe. In the world, nobody can do what he can do. Not many. I've never seen left backs do that, creating chance after chances.
Yeah, but you might say that because he won the World Cup.
Yeah,
he won the World Cup and everything.
Yes, sir.
And that's all facts.
We shouldn't be afraid to say things like that, Uncle Ross. You know what, our Liverpool fans, the issues we're having sometimes, like we listen to rival fans, like when we're saying our players are the best in their position in the world, all that stuff. But they are. I mean, they've won it all. You know what I mean? They've earned the right to be best in the world in their positions. You know what I mean? We're not just saying because they've won nothing, they're the best in the world, like Arsenal fans are doing right now with their team. We're not doing things like that, singing ole, 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 you haven't won nothing. We're not doing things like that. We've made it. We've actually done it. You know what I mean? We've been there. We wore the shirt. We got the cups. We got the trophies. There's pictures of the players around all those trophies. You know what I mean? So you got to be realistic in it, man.
Check it now, right? Check this out. Marcelo, Brazilian, and they played for Real Madrid. He's won everything. Yeah.
No.
Arguably at the day, right? You know what I mean? People will call him at the end of the day sort of like one of the best left back in the world. Yeah.
Yeah.
He plays for Fluminense now. He plays for
Yeah.
Fluminense now. Now, right?
Yeah.
You got Andy Robertson. He's won everything. So why can't we call him the best left back?
Exactly. But that's how it is, Uncle Rose. They just love to undermine our players, and not only that, we accept it like it's a norm, and we shouldn't be doing that. We should never accept things like that, man. Never. Let's finish this. Yeah, go. Yeah. Let's finish this press conference. Let's see what he's saying next. I want to hear the whole
thing. He has to fit in what we are doing, but we will. How long it will take, I don't know. We will see. But to reach, get closer to his to the peak. But we will work on that. He's here for a long time, and I'm really happy that he's here and that we can start that.
This fixture last season, Wolves at Molineux, it maybe represented a real low point in last season, and you spoke after the game.
There's a lot of low points.
Yeah, but you spoke after the game about the players lacking confidence, and that Liverpool in, I think it was February, is so different to this Liverpool sort of 7 months later. How have you been able to bring about that change?
I didn't remember that I said it. I thought I said that after Brighton, but maybe I said it after Brighton as well. And after other games. I'm not sure we proved already that we made a change or whatever. I think we showed a few really nice signs. I liked it as well. I really liked the Aston Villa game. I know how difficult this game usually is. And that day, we were really good. And that's cool. Early in the season, pretty much 3 days or 2 days after the transfer window closed, when everybody's like, but we should have. And then this team plays that kind of, it was really good one. But are we stable already? I don't know. Let's see. We miss players for the game tomorrow. So key players for us, obviously, we have to prove that we can replace them, that we still can play football, that we can still. So we build a team. It's not that we have built a team or did it now during the preseason or whenever we started with a slightly different system. We are in that process. And yes, we had key moments going our direction. Will all key moments go in our direction? Unfortunately, probably not. But winning with 10 men helps to create that spirit and the mentality. But only if you use it. Because you can, even these opportunities, you can let slip through your fingers and then how was it again? I forgot it, what we had to do. So it's still early days and we have to build a team. And I'm really happy with the basis we can work from. Said before the Aston Villa game, when I stand in the dressing room and look at the team, I really, really love this team, and it's early days. And I really think it's easy for people to love this team as well. So that's all what we need, because we cannot, and Liverpool never could. We cannot start loving a team when we won something. We have to do it before, because then that's the only chance we can win something. So let's go for it, and then we will see. But what we did is we changed a few things. We brought in new players, and maybe for me a big difference is and I said it to players, obviously, that this is it's not year 8, because I think in October I'm here 8 years. This is year 1 of the new team, and that's exactly how we approach everything. Changed a lot of things, brought in a few guys to give a interesting insight in their lives. So it's just, and we want to become a new team and not the replica of the other team, and that's what we are working on. So I'm fully in. This is year 1 of whatever, and not year 8 of the good old past. Welcome.
Carl, you touched.
I love this guy, man. Listen, that's why people ask me, like, why are you not having a go at him last season the way we performed? How can I have a go at this? He's allowed to make 1 or 2 mistakes. He earned the right, man. We've had managers that's had so many years at Liverpool doing nothing. We're just watching us bloody compete for Mickey Mouse Cups. I mean, this guy is just... Don't ever listen to other fans, people, when they tell you about, in his 7th year, that's when he drops off. But he's never had the chance to rebuild the team at Dortmund. I mean, so how can he? When all the best players have been taken for Bayern Munich every single time. I mean, it's not, you got to take it easy. Not only that, Uncle Ross, as I said in my last stream, how many managers in world football would reject the likes of Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and Barcelona? I mean, to stay at Liverpool.
What man?
What is it? What do they normally do to us? They use us as a stepping stone.
Yeah.
That's what they do. This guy rejects people, teams left, right, and center on a continuous basis. Even the German national job, which is his nation. So I don't understand where people come from. Like when they're having a go at this guy.
You've got to deep that. People's got to start thinking about that. What he's actually sacrificed at the day for Liverpool Football Club. I mean, what happens with Liverpool people coming to Liverpool Football Club is they instantly fall in love with the actual club. They instantly fall in love with it. It's just that club. It's just that club at the day that you instantly fall in love with. Do you know what I mean? And you do everything for. I mean, Max at the day was a prime example. He only spent sort of like a small time at the day at the club, a small time. And at the day, and then when he was leaving and he left, he wrote this glowing letter about Liverpool. And I don't know about you, anything that. When I read that, I had a lump in my throat.
I was almost crying, mate. Like, I mean,
day that he put about the club and that club, you know what I mean. And obviously at that time of the day, we was going through the mud. We was actually going through the mud, and to have somebody say something so positive and so loving about the club, and then that he only spent a short time at, was just I love. Seriously, I love my father. I was choked. I was literally choked. You know what I mean?
Look at Rafa Benitez when he left. That's the biggest regret he's ever had in his career. Is in football. Leaving Liverpool was the hardest thing for him because he always wanted to come back. And to me, like I'm that type of manager. Probably you're the same in the same place. Once people leave, they leave. I don't want them coming back anymore. It's time to move on. You know what I mean? Because if you keep going back, that's when you keep trying to reminisce the old days. If the person is going to be the same as the old days and it doesn't work out. How many times did we have that? Robbie Fowler coming back, it didn't look the same. Even Ian Rush when he came back after Juventus, he didn't look the same player that left us. I mean, people need to understand it's not this. When people leave, just let them go. Let them go. Yeah. I mean, just don't look back. Look forward. You know what I mean? And you'll understand. Even Fabinho wrote a beautiful letter. We was in the stream together. I was reading that thing that time as well. Fabinho, he made me cry. I couldn't believe it.
This is what the club does to you. This is exactly what the club does to you.
Yeah.
It fills up with joy that you put your life on the line for the club.
And you got a manager there that rejects every club under the sun, and you still have a go at him. I don't get it. I don't get it. Like the old saying, "Be careful what you wish for." Because I said that about Ronaldo when he left. A lot of fans were saying, "Like, get him out, man. He's not good enough." What does he do? We don't know what he does in the pitch. As soon as he left, the same fans were saying, "Oh, damn, he left a big gap in the middle, in the middle of the pitch." You know what I mean? The same fans that were saying, "Get out." It's just pathetic, man. Just be careful. Be careful.
It's nice not to be able to shout from the back. Yeah, like
it's like in these movies.
You touched on Trent's fitness. Just generally, what's the state of play with the rest of the squad?
Sorry, the rest of the squad.
Yeah, fitness-wise.
Thiago is running, but that's it.
What do you think of Thiago, Uncle Rods? Like a lot of people are having a go at him recently, like saying he's not available. So what is he doing here? We should just take him out of the team and say goodbyes to him, let him go to Saudi Arabia or something like that. I just think he could still do a job. I mean, I don't know why people are angry. Now we've got the players that we want to start for us on a regular basis. He could just be the final piece on that puzzle. You know what I mean? And when we need the game changes, like he could come in and change the games. You know what I mean? Keep him around in the squad. These kind of players are the players that will make other players who you want to go for in the future interested in coming to Liverpool, because they see the likes of Thiago Alcantara in your team, they're going to say, "Oh, he's there. I could learn a lot from him. Let me go down there." You know what I mean? Things like that can work out. So you just got to be careful. What do you think of that?
I think at the end of the day, sort of like what it was with Thiago, we always brought him in at the day to be a luxury player. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it didn't work out that way. And I think now, at the day where we've got the midfielders in that we want.
Yeah.
Now at the day, he can be that luxury player. Do you know what I mean? He can be that person at the day that you bring on to knit things together. He can be that you bring on at the day when you
the difference. Yeah.
when you got like a stubborn defense and you know when you got the low blocks and so forth, and I thought he can be that guy to bring on to change the game. Do you know what I mean? And as I said again, in the day, right, I hate to go on about it. If we do get like Andre in sort of like in January, imagine Andre and Thiago and they linking up. That's gonna be worries, blood. That's gonna work. And we still got young Pasecic there as well. A lot of people forgot about it. We've got him there as well, which will play.
Who's learning a lot from Thiago, by the way. You know what I mean? Fellow Spanish international. You know what I mean? So
I mean, it's like what Klopp said. Yeah, you're good at the end of the day. You're a good footballer at the end of the day, right? When you're playing, you're not good when you're not playing.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
100% right.
And because he has to be playing regularly in the day, right? People are be quick to say in the day that he's not good. It's only when they start seeing him play again in the day, right, and seeing what he can offer to the team, they're gonna think, "Oh well, maybe I was wrong."
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. K-Mac says next season we'll need another rebuild, just like midfield, but for the defense, obviously, yes, we should have signed another centre back. I agree with you 100%, K-Mac. I'm not denying that. But sometimes, like Uncle Ross said in the beginning of the actual stream, is the availability of that defender that we want. I mean, and the rebuild of the defense is the most important part of, in my opinion. I don't know about you, Uncle Ross. A replacement for Van Dijk, you know what I mean, in the near future has to be looked at. You know what I mean? Because I don't know how long can Van Dijk can go on for, you know what I'm saying? So where's the person that's going to be similar to him? That's what they're probably searching for. They don't want to take a risk on someone that's going to be like a Kabak or someone like that. They want to look at the long term and, you know, and, you know, what he's going to do for this team. Because I've always said it, K-Mac. I think we was in a stream together when people were asking me about Konate being the Van Dijk replacement. And I said, no. How can he be the Van Dijk replacement? He's not. You need an intelligent defender. You need a defender that's going to be a leader at the back. Konate is not a leader at the back. Konate is a bulldozer. That is it. There's nothing after that. You know what I mean? But if you're talking about long balls, you know, intelligence, running ability, I mean, that's a different defender you're talking about. So that will take till next season probably to look for a defender like that to replace Van Dijk. And
after that guy from thing, guy from Bournemouth, isn't it? Lloyd, is it Lloyd Kelly?
Is he good? I don't know nothing about him.
Young ancient defender from Bournemouth, and he's pretty good. Pretty good.
They tried to get that Colwell, didn't they, from Chelsea, but Chelsea didn't want to sell as well.
Yeah, well, Chelsea didn't want to sell.
Usual stuff, innit? Yeah, Football from the Heart says Soboslai was such a good signing. Best signing of the summer, 100%. I'll put McAllister on that as well. I think McAllister is a snip, man. He's a snip, in my opinion. If Messi is vouching for him to play in that Argentinian team to win the World Cup, and they won the World Cup, that says a lot, you know what I mean? Looking forward to seeing Ryan Gravenberch tomorrow. Hopefully, you know what I mean? They might not rush him. You know how Liverpool are. Sometimes they take their time on players. Yes, Stubbs. Big up, brother. Big up. Go and subscribe to Statman Stubbs, man. Wicked YouTuber. One of the best, in my opinion. Along with Uncle Rose, of course. Bless up, JK. One of the regulars. Much appreciated, brother. Bless Uncle Rose and Fozzie. You never walk alone. Usual. Yes. We're all here together, man. We're all here together. Ravi, let me just see what he said. A question: How do avoid burnout with some of the players? Just use the squad, innit? We've got a strength in that squad. Just use the squad as much as you can. That's all we can do. And not only that, like Klopp said, we play different type of football. We don't play that gun-ho football anymore. We're playing more possession-based, and as well as, you know, running. But what I like about us, we don't out-possession teams anymore. We don't really run teams anymore. So we save a lot of energy. You know what I mean, Uncle Ross, now? Like, we save a lot of energy. What we do is when we have to run, we run. When we have to be technical, we be technical. We don't overexert ourselves anymore. So that's why we won with 10 men, you know what I mean, the last 2 games. So it clearly shows that it's working.
Facts. I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. Do you know what I mean? You just got it literally, and they just got to rotate the squad and give players at the day equal amounts of games at the day. Don't put too much demands on certain players and that. Exactly. Just rotate wisely. That's all you can do.
100%, brother. Let's get back. We're near the end now. We'll go a couple of years. It's about 4 minutes.
2 days. 2 days? Yeah. 2 days with the team. Who else?
Let's talk about Thiago, by the way, people.
I didn't see him yet. So but we had obviously contact, and they said, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So, but we will see that now. To make there a couple of decisions. David, but she should be fine. Sorry. What did he have? I didn't see him. Oh, okay. No, that was he trains the full week with us, so that was then obviously enough time to rest. Stefan had a good camp with the U21s, played only few minutes, but helped him anyway. No, I think that's it. I think we didn't forget anybody. That would be really bad. Goalie, no, all good.
And just on Trent, considering the role he's performed for this side in the last 6 months, how much does him not being there change the dynamic in the team in terms of what you're able to do?
Dynamic, not so much. We have to be there flexible, even with Trent. I think if you watch the game against Villa really in detail, you will see that he was not fixed in any midfield role, inside role. We have to be flexible there, and that's exactly how we will do it. Yeah, but if you know another passer like Trent, tell me who can play this position. It would be really cool, but it must be fine. It will be fine. We have to adapt to the different skill set of the player. But the most important thing in this game again is defensive stability. That's all about. Then we can play. If you are not stable, you don't have to think about that, and that's why the last game again against Aston Villa, I think a lot of people were maybe not convinced about our last line, and then you saw Joe Gomez and Joel Matip performing on that level, which is they have that quality, and that's really cool. So that was the key for the game. Plus Alexis in front of them did really well. So that we need defensive stability, and then we can play football from there.
James, last one for the breakout.
Yeah, can just ask you about playing at 12:30 on Saturday. You've got 6 games at that slot last season. You drew 3, lost 3. Is there something about playing at that time that is problematic, or is it more about just not having the right preparation time if you've played midweek? And obviously this time around, there's a different type of dynamic with players coming back from international duty.
Are you serious with that question? Or? What do you mean? What is the difference when you play 30 hours ago in Bolivia? What do you think is the reason? You think it's that
he doesn't
I
like
understand. Is that something about the time, or is it a lack of time between?
Is it the lack of? Is it specifically playing at that time on a Saturday that can be problematic?
That's not a problem if you're a normal week. We always said that. If you're a normal week, it's not a problem. 12:30. That's easy to adapt. The only problem is the lack of recovery time. So we have 4 international breaks until March. 2 of them we have already the 12:30 kickoff. If I say a word about it, then the whole world goes again. She starts moaning again. This is a joke. We have players in South America. I didn't see them yet. In 24 hours we play. So, and but it's like it is. We cannot change that. We will never change that. Whoever we will talk to. Now obviously the TV channel has now a different name, but that doesn't change obviously anything at all. So they just don't give a bap about that. So why should I then talk about it? We didn't think about it. I'm in a moment. Somebody like you now gives me this feeling that he's sitting there. And what's exactly the problem? Is it 12:30 because it's lunchtime, or could it be the lack of time between the games and intensity of the travel and make your own opinion about it? Maybe this time without a sauce.
Thank you, everyone.
Welcome.
Oh God! I can't stop laughing. He hates him, man. Ever since that Van Dijk incident, like, there's no relationship there anymore with James Pearce, man.
Yeah, listen, that was the best part of the press conference, man.
Oh man, I can't believe I missed it. I can't believe I missed it. All right. obviously, we're gonna move on to the tactics, and that's gonna end over there. We're gonna do the starting lineup. That was brilliant. It was brilliant.
So funny.
I can't believe he did that. Klopp is angry with this guy. He really doesn't like him, man. Oh,
Mate.
he really hates him. He really hates him. Oh man, I don't blame him anyway. But you know,
With a Van Dijk. With him and Van Dijk.
yeah. Huh?
That Van Dijk.
Oh, he let out. I think he let out the transfer of Van Dijk too early, and it wasn't meant to go out. So Southampton got angry, didn't they? And they didn't want to sell to us, so we had to pay even more. It was 50 million we were meant to get him for, but he let the Liverpool interested. Liverpool's about to buy Van Dijk too early. You know what I mean? Yeah. He was the trusted with Paul Joyce, the trusted press in it. So yeah, he's an idiot. He's an idiot, man. He looks like a rug rat. You can see it, man. I mean, it's just dumb. You can see he never plays football in his life when you look at him as well. Like, come on, man, just get lost. I'm not even a nasty person, but I'm being realistic, man. Like, just keep. I mean, like, this is your football club. You say that you support them. Keep your mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut. What are you going on, man? All right, we're gonna go tactics. We're gonna do watch this one. I don't know if you've ever seen this one, so watch this one, of course. People can see it. Let me make it. If I can make it bigger, I don't know if I can make it bigger, but yeah, because there's two of us here. Can you see it? Is it okay?
I like it. I like the intro. The intro.
Yeah. I'll try for everyone. I'll try to give you the best content as possible, and obviously I'm gonna get the comments up as well. So please put the comments forward for me and my Uncle Roz people. I appreciate that immensely from the bottom of my heart, and Uncle Roz as well. Goalkeeper, give me the goalkeeper. Obviously,
it's got to be Alisson because Alisson, he went to Brazil. As I said, he went to Brazil, but he never played in the games. It was Edison who played both the games in Brazil, so he should be fresh, really. So it's got to be Alisson. It's got to be Alisson.
Right back,
Gomez. It's got to be Gomez, isn't it?
Yeah. What do you think of him as a right back? I know you said a lot of things about him. He's better as a right back than a centre back. You said, but can he do a similar job to to Trent, or is he going to be more defensive based and going forward and putting crosses in the box? He's got good crosses on him, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's got good crosses on him, but I also think at the day what he will be. I mean, I don't think there's not a lot of people at the day that can do the job that what Trent can do. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's just a mark of how much of a good player that Trent is. Do you know what I mean? How much of a special player he is. However, at the day, right, Gomez has known to be put in a good few crosses in his time at playing right back. But I do feel at the day he'd be more defensive. Do you know what I mean? He'd be more defensive one out of two. Do you know what I mean? He'd be more, I think that's more or less his game is, defensive.
Next one. Who do you think the next one?
Sorry?
Next one. Who do you want as the next? But you could continue with the Gomez one. But who do you want as the next one? But continue with Gomez if you want to.
Next one is you will have Ibu. Ibu's fit.
Yeah, but continue what you saying about Gomez.
I'm just saying that's the difference between him and Trent, because Trent and Day, we know Trent and Day is more of a marooning sort of like right back, he gets forward, stats passes in the area and so forth. He's got assist on him like nobody's business. Same with Andy Robertson. But then what you got with sort of like Gomez, you got like a defensive side. You got more of a defensive side. He's that more a person that day is more likely to hold his position and only go forward now and again. But he'll be more concentrated in holding his position, and he's more defensive minded than what sort of like Trent is. That's why I was thinking that it would have been a good shot, and in certain games you put Trent in midfield, plays at 8. Then you put like Gomez behind him, playing the right back role. You know what I mean? So he'd be more defensive, but I'm happy with that.
Second centre back, I guess it's Matip in it. I think he's still fit,
Yeah.
so put him in. Who do you want, Robertson or Simicast? Could Simicast get a chance? Especially going to get a new contract out of her 4-year contract. He's going to get extension to his contract.
That's 2027.
Yeah.
You know what? Sorry, I want to put Tsimikas in because, like, you know, it's about time he got some games. I want to see him get some more games. So I will go with Tsimikas for tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Okay. All right, man. That DM role. Who do you want in that DM role?
Endo. It's got to be Endo.
Do you think like it's too much harsh stuff around him at the moment, like in regards to the way he's performed in those 2 games he played with 10 men? I think to myself, like, give the guy time. I mean, he's not gonna come over here and be a world beater straight away. It will take him time, like, to integrate with the team. The difference between him and Gravenberch is Gravenberch has 2 Dutch players already there. He has got nobody. I mean, he has got no Japanese players or anything like that. But the thing I want to give you, you're gonna start smiling about. You're gonna like it and the chat as well. Whenever Klopp has a Japanese player in his team, they win the league. Check that out. Check that out. Dortmund and Liverpool. Check that out.
Stop it. No, stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
Check that out, chat.
Nah, you're too bad.
Investigate sometimes. Obviously, who are you gonna put? Obviously, it's this guy, right? Put him. Do you think he should play here instead of here?
Who?
I think like Soboslai. Like if he plays here, it's the shots, in it. It's the shots, like from the right foot. That's what I think.
Yeah, Baker Bennett 8. He can link up with Salah as well. You know what I mean? So I'll put him on the right hand side.
Okay.
Is that the right? Yeah, right hand side there. Yeah.
Yeah. The other one, McAllister or someone else? Is he gonna play tomorrow? I think.
Gravenberch.
Oh.
There, mate.
Oh damn! I don't know if I got him in there. Oh damn! I have to. Did I get him? Hopefully I did. Oh no, I didn't. But yeah, carry on, Uncle Ross. I'll put McAllister for now. I'll get Gravenberch on. I'll get Gravenberch.
I'm gonna say, because you have to put him. Are you gonna tell on him now?
No. I'm gonna get him on. But carry on with what you're saying.
Yeah. So you know what I mean, like in the case of Szoboszlai, you want him there to link up with Mo Salah and stuff. They can be together, and plus he can have his shots on goal and stuff. You know what I mean? I want him to start scoring goals because, like, you know, he scored a goal the other day, which was a sublime goal. It was he literally just flew in there.
Yeah. So
you have to have him in. You have to have like Szoboszlai. Gravenberch, I would have Gravenberch as on the left hand side because McAllister come back from Argentina. Do you know what I mean? Or Bolivia. You know what I mean? Be a bit fatigued. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
And plus at the day, Gravenberch at the day, he said no to his international team. Wicked. He said no to the international team, and he wanted to get used to sort of like, you know, the way that Liverpool plays and what's required of him. Do you know what I mean? So he's had a week's training that day with the lads, with whoever's still there and everything like that, and he's got up to speed. So I would like to see him go in there, start with him, and then obviously what he could do in the 60, 65 minutes, you pull him off. You can bring on either Harvey Elliott or McAllister. You know,
Bešić. You got Bešić as well.
Yeah, you got him as well. What we've got in midfield now at the day, which is good. We've got a healthy headache now. Do you know what I mean? So Gravenberch for me, my friend. Gravenberch for me.
Okay. On the left,
Jota.
No Diaz. Oh yeah, he's traveling, isn't it? Yeah, you're right. Good point. Great spot that one. Yeah. Middle,
Gakpo.
Yeah, I think it's time like he starts playing. I think Nunes has got a muscular injury, people, so he's got injury already, and of course, you know, the king in it, the Egyptian king. I don't want to say king because I know Liverpool fans have a go at us. There's only one king. We know. His name is KK. Not Kevin Keegan. Oh, well, Kevin Keegan should be as well, actually. If you don't know Kevin Keegan, go and check him out at Liverpool. He was my dad's favorite player. Brilliant player.
Trust me. Yeah.
Are you happy with that?
I'm happy with that. I
I could bring up Wolves, what I expect from Wolves as well. I could bring that up. Let me just make it tiny.
Is that you, big man?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
That's
man.
the Wolves on the swap, lad.
Yeah. Of course, man. Of course.
What's going on?
This is what they played in the last game, Wolverhampton. You know this kid Nouri. He's always having good games against Salah, doesn't he? This Nouri kid. I think he's Algerian. This kid.
I think
he's
remember the day that he was on Salah's case all game.
Yeah.
And Salah just like didn't move anything and put Origi in. Origi spun and put in the back of the net. Remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was a game, boy.
So this is how they. No, what I'm doing.
Wasn't that sort of like was that season that they was on for the quadruple? Was that the it was, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So this is how they play. They play like a 4-4-2.
Right.
Is Neto still a threat, do you think, Uncle Ross, like compared to previous seasons? Since that knee injury, I don't think he's been the same. But do you see him as a threat?
I'm actually gonna agree with you. I think sort of like before that knee injury, he was a threat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And we wanted him, didn't it? You wanted. I bet you wanted him at Liverpool as well.
Yeah,
A lot of Liverpool fans were asking for him.
He was a player at the day on everybody's lips to say, well, you know, we want this player.
Yeah.
But what happened, and then when he got the injury, do you know what I mean? It's all like he just dropped off. He dropped off. So to me, at the day, he's not the player that he used to be. But however, I still think he's a threat in certain ways. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think in the Liverpool's got enough in their team and to nullify that threat. You know what I mean? But yeah, he was the man at one time. He was the man.
Everybody wanted him. Like he was quick. Like he could score from long range. He takes on teams like in an aggressive manner. You know what I mean? And that knee injury just messed him up. I mean, just like their striker when he had the head injury, he went to Fulham. He's going to Fulham. Jimenez, yeah. You know, they stole the Firmino song, didn't they? And started singing. You know, Liverpool create everything, don't we? We create everything for everyone to sing. It's crazy, man.
Remember, you know what I mean? We set trend.
Yeah. So this is pretty much, if you look at them, they play like this, more or less, like a 4-4, like 4-4-1-1. But like if you look at our midfield, we outnumber them in that midfield, so we just got to work a way that we could get behind them. You know, use that big pitch, use the width. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be knowing Wolves, their defense will be like up here, and you know more. And it's just like how we use the spaces, like for Salah and the rest, you know what I mean, of the team. So this is going to be more freer on that big pitch, if you know what I mean. So it's how we get that ball over the top and into that spaces, you know what I mean. Use the spaces wherever you can on the wings, on behind the defense and all that stuff, and use the passing ability of this midfield as well. You know what I mean? Like Endu could pass, Gravenberch could pass, so can Soboslai. So if we could use the midfield in a way that we could like put them on the threat and use the space at the back that we would have, you know what I mean? Because they've got Dawson. Dawson's pretty old now. It's got to be about 35 or 36 now. You know what I mean? And they haven't. I think they've only won one game this season, mate. I think they won 1-0. At home, I think. Wolverhampton. I don't think
they beat Everton, didn't they?
Yeah, Everton. Thank God for that. Yes. So just use up the spaces. Use the likes of Salah. You know what I mean? Like Salah's got the spaces here, as does Jota, and we outnumber them in this midfield as well. So these three can just dominate that midfield, if you know what I mean, Uncle Rod. So I think we'll be fine. I honestly think we'll be fine. Just use the spaces, you know what I mean. Make sure. What do you think of our defense this season, mate? Like we're not too far up like we normally are. We're not like all the way up here anymore.
We're not taking as much risk as we used to. You know what I mean? I think.
Do you think that was the deficiencies of Liverpool's defending? Like like too much space at the back here. Like,
yes,
you know,
but what it did and it worked for us and they previous seasons because the players had a lot more energy and they could actually run back, retrieve the ball or retrieve a tackle to get the ball. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like as obviously, fatigue sets in and you get older, you can't actually do the things that you used to be able to do 2 seasons ago. That's why people were saying, "No, look, all right, Carl, until you get the players that you want, you know what I mean, to fit into sort of like to fit into sort of your team, yeah, you're gonna need to sort of drop back a couple of yards, you know what I mean, until you get the players that you want to fit in your team, you have to drop back. And I think what was happening today, what's happening now, he seems to have kind of took that on a bit, and he kind of dropped back a little bit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's like risky as he usually is.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, I think at the day we've got enough in our team at the day to nullify the threat of Wolves. I just honestly, I mean, I may be wrong. If I turns out I'm wrong, yeah, I'll take it. I'll say, yeah, I was wrong, but I don't honestly see us losing tomorrow.
I don't see it. I don't, even whatever team we got. The most important thing is people. Like we don't have to worry about players being overconfident anymore. Every player has to play to fight for a position in the team, innit, Uncle Rods? I mean, it's the strength and depth at the end of the day. And if you look at the midfield, Soboslai and Gravenberch, that's what they have to do in that midfield. Just dominate that area. Like you can see, go forward, go back, switch sometimes. Used to switch, but make sure you help out these guys as well. In those areas, you know what I mean. And that's what we have to do. If you look at our previous teams, the most important thing is we used to help each other in every position. And if you can see the arrows, that's how I see it. You know what I mean? And what Endu has to do is just cover his position. He doesn't need to go forward a lot. Just cover that area in that midfield, and I think we'll be fine in this game. I think we'll beat them. I mean, I don't think we're going to beat them as convincingly because they're the home team. They're going to give that extra yard on the pitch, aren't they? They're not going to be like that easy. So
they're gonna go. They're gonna go for it tomorrow. But what I want Endu to do now, out of possession, everything now. When he's out of possession of the ball, what I want Endu to do is drop back into the back four, make it a back five. You know what I mean? Make it a back five, so like we're strong if they come and attack us. You know what I mean?
But don't forget, people, they were pretty impressive at Old Trafford. They dominated Man United. You know what I mean? They actually battered. Remember, Uncle Rose? They battered Man United, and their goalkeeper should have got sent off. I mean, and they robbed them. They actually got robbed in that game. So yeah.
But if you have like Endo and they out of possession drops back into the back four. So it becomes a back five. So like this, for instance, they sort of like, they managed to get a counter attack. We're fully loaded at the back.
Yeah.
Pause. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's not a bad team. Let me just make it bigger slightly. This is a good thing. You should use this, Uncle Rose.
What's it called?
Very good, man. It's called tactical pad. You got Apple in it. It's for Apple. So.
Oh, yes. Send it to
Yeah, you'll enjoy it. Trust me. When I found it out, I said, "Wow!" Like, because I used to do my own one. Remember, I used to have my own one before. Yeah. Now, like I use this. It's quite good. It's
listen, message the name to me, blood, and I'll get.
So you could make it bigger like this and all that stuff. You know what I mean, so you can see. So just dominate that area in the midfield, and I think we'll be fine because like the pitch is big. People use the width of it, and as much as you can. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do. That's all I got for you people. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me read out the comments before we go for me and my Uncle Roz, of course. Then we're off ski. I need to get ready for work again. Life is tough. Ravi says, I get what Klopp is asking. We need to rebuild a team and rely on certain mans. But the thing is, we were a little too late doing this. A little too late doing this. That's what he meant to say. It is what it is, bro. You know what I mean? Like I know, like it's frustrations, like when things don't go to the plan that we had in the first place, like maintaining success and all that stuff. Learn from past mistakes. I agree with you in that 100%. But we're facing a lot of teams with mega bucks, mate. Like if I'm wrong, think about it this way: you look at Newcastle. They were fighting relegation before the money came in. As soon as money went in those pockets of those players, they're fighting for top four. That's what we're fighting against. You know what I mean? So we're doing the things in the right way. Other teams are doing it in a dodgy way. But what else can we do? What else can we do? I know it's a little bit too late and all that stuff. But it is what it is. We can't keep dwelling. You know what I mean, Uncle Ross? We can't keep dwelling.
Oh.
We need to move on from that, don't we? We need to move on and get back to basics and start winning again. That's how I see it. We keep crying and looking back. That's what I used to do in the 90s, Ravi. If you ask Uncle Ross, it wasn't easy watching Liverpool, mate. It was terrible, and especially under Roy Evans, man. Like Roy Evans, it was just a nice guy, wasn't he? He just come from the boot room, a scouser. He wasn't a manager. I mean, he was just buying players for the sake of buying, and we wasn't winning anything. We played good football, but that was it. I mean, so that's how it is, mate. But yeah, just Rafi, just move on from it, bro. That's the best advice I can give you, mate. I've moved on. Uncle Ross have moved on. We had our anger moments. The worst part of it in football is when you keep going back. Go forward, bro. Go forward. Let's go and win together again. That's what I want to see. We've got the right manager, we've got the right players. We've got, now when I watch Liverpool Football Club, I could go to Man City's ground and be confident we're gonna play good. You know what I mean? Because we've got these kind of players that could keep possession and match them. You get what I'm saying, Uncle Ross? I mean, before I used to say, "Oh, damn, can we go to the empty hat and beat City with these players?" You know what I mean? Because we keep drawing, keep losing, drawing, losing. But now we could do it, man. We could actually do it. Honestly, we could cause some damage down there, man.
Facts.
Ravi says, let it go like this. Disney Frozen, yeah. Yes, that song, Let It Go, man. Let it go, bro. Yes, Uncle Ross getting a bat from Solo. Big up to these guys, man. Please go and subscribe to it. They are fantastic at what they do, man. I love watching them. Sorry, I don't comment about. I always watch you guys. I always watch you guys, man. I'm a big fan of you guys, and I promise, like, we're gonna do a night thing, innit, Uncle Ross, with these guys. So Solo and obviously Hammer. We're gonna have to do it, man. We're gonna have to do it. I'm gonna take some time off. We're gonna have to do it. Big up, family says. Gigi says, big up, guys. I want Nunes to start, terrorize the defense of Wolverhampton, bro. I don't think he's gonna start because he picked up a muscle injury. So we might see Gakpo instead. It's not a bad shout, is it? He could come on as a sub and cause damage after that, if you know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, so that can happen. Quadruple run burn us out. Two boys, yeah. The quadruple did burn us out, bro. It did burn us out. That's why I said, like, Klopp didn't see it that way. That's the difference. Uncle Rod's going like in 2-pack. I get around. I get around. I get around. I get around. Around. That tune's a tune, man. I love 2-pack. Nothing better than 2-pack.
Digital Underground, boy.
Big up, Solo, bro. Klopp at his best right there. Yes, he's back. He's back. The manager is back, man. If you look at him on the sidelines now, he's pulling his pants up like he used to. The teeth is going all over the place like he used to. He's back, isn't it, Uncle Ross? He's back. He's back, man. I'm not worried about Klopp. Toto Hammer says at LFC, what happened to our channel? Oh, we're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. He's talking about that thing, the night thing. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it. It's just the time.
I did my chat yesterday. I had Sola and Toto in the chat yesterday. Great music in the show, and it was really good. You know what I mean? So thanks to them guys, Sola, P1, and Toto Hammer for coming on my show yesterday.
Brilliant boys, man. Please go and subscribe to these guys. Oh my goodness, man. You guys are missing out. That's all I can say, man. I get around. Yes. I love that song. I love 2-pack, man. Yeah, he hates bad. He hates bad news. Pierce, like what we were talking about earlier. 100%. JK says best press conference that one about Klopp. Yeah, 100%. JK, sorry, there's another one from JK. JK says, why tell Klopp something that he don't want to hear? Journalists are something else. Yeah, Pierce is just a dickhead, really, and he's never going to change. Dickhead for life. I mean, he calls himself a Liverpool fan and acts like that. I mean, it's crazy. Best LFC channel. I can eat crisps, drink ice cold Pepsi, and just chill, loving the grand, non-toxic vibes. Fozzy, much appreciated for that. It means a lot. You know what I mean? We try our best, me and Uncle Rose and the rest of the guys on here. We want to build a channel for everyone, innit? That's what we're trying to do, and make sure they like Uncle Rods and everybody else get subscribers on their channels as well. There's no egos here. We're all together, man. I mean, you're not going to drive us apart. No rival fans are going to come over here and drive us apart. Don't worry about that, man.
What's that?
Huh?
No, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Football from the Heart says, "Oh, I get around." Oh, the song, "I get around." By the Beach Boys. Yeah, Beach Boys are classic, man. Listen, I listen to all kind of musics, man. I don't really just stop in one place, man. So
the
I
one.
love football. Right, but we should do a show about hip hop. You up for that, Uncle Rods?
Oh yeah.
You
I
love
mean,
your hip hop, yeah?
I mean,
Tupac, Biggie or Tupac, yeah?
I love,
We already said this before, innit? I'm Tupac. I think you're Biggie, aren't you?
I
I think
love
you said
Biggie. Yeah,
you're
Biggie.
Tupac as well.
I
Huh?
love Tupac, but
Yeah.
Biggie was my jam, man. He just like, I like his flow. I loved his flow. Don't get me wrong, like, you know, Tupac was good in his own right. He's very good in his own right. You know, you
Yeah.
can't get away from him. But I just like Biggie's flow, man. You know,
Yeah.
Biggie's list. Yeah.
Listen, man, you know, good people are the ones that they get rid of, innit? You know, when they're giving the message out to people, they get rid of you. You know what I'm talking about. Obviously, this is the preview, tactical. We already did that. Jurgen Klopp press conference, we did that already today. I'm just going back to what we've done today, me and Uncle Rods. These players are not going to be featuring tomorrow, so don't expect them to play. Trent is injured, Thiago's injured, Van Dijk's got another wrist suspension, obviously, with the previous one that we had against Aston Villa as well. The tactical game, we already discussed it. Uncle Ross picked his starting lineup, and I'm happy with that as well. I'm not going to really argue about the starting lineup, so it's all good. Uncle Rods, where can people find you before we go, sir?
Yes. Listen, thanks a lot for having me on the show. Again, always great chopping up with you, fella. Always great chopping up with you. Listen, people can find me on Anfield Uncle Rods on YouTube. Okay, on the road to 1K. Currently standing at age 154. So hit a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. Okay. Also, you can find me on Instagram, Anfield Uncle Rods, and the same on Twitter, and also on Fuzzy's channel and all other great LFC channels like Fuzzy's. Do you know what I mean? But you usually find me Fuzzy, and hanging out with 12 Man as well, and literally the whole of the sort of like Liverpool fan base within reason still. But you can find me on Anfield Uncle Roz, man. Please go over and like and subscribe.
Big up, Uncle Roz. Big up. Let me just, you know, we have to read the comments before we go in, and we can't leave them like that, man. We can't leave them like that. Where was I? Big up Tupac. I'm Tupac. He's Biggie. Cypress Hill. Come on, man. Come on. Jump around.
Yeah.
You can't beat Cypress Hill, man. Yeah, we're still party to that, innit, Uncle Roz? At age, we're still party to that ones, man. All eyes on me. Oh, there's a remix of that, you know, All Eyes on Me. Check it out. It's quite good. It's very good. I love it. Tupac is King Solo says, picture me rolling. Come on, man. Brenda's got a baby. Brenda. Come on, man. I love these tunes. He's a poet. The guy's a poet, Tupac. You know what I mean? But Biggie is good as well, people. I love Biggie. Don't get me wrong, man. I'm a big fan of both of them. Blessed to both of them, man. They've left a legacy, man. They left a legacy forever. NWA, Ice Cube, kicked ass also. Yes, man. You can't be Ice Cube. Can't be Ice Cube. Seeing Ice Cube live in his show was top. I would love to see him. You know, like I've got a bucket list, guys. Like I've already seen some of my artists, my all-time artists. I wanted to see Michael Jackson. This Is It, but he died, unfortunately. I was already ready to go to that one. But I went to see Diana Ross, Uncle Ross, doing her last concert, and I went to see Bryan Adams. I love Bryan Adams. I'm a music fan. I don't really have no favorites. I want to see Bryan Adams, and I love Bryan Adams. I love Diana Ross as well. I want to see her as well. So I want to go to see my bucket list. Ice Cube is one of them, man, and you know the legends. I want to see the legend. LL Cool J is my favorite. People that don't know, I know LL Cool J is not a gangster rapper. People think that. But LL Cool J is one of the creators of rap. He's one of the first rappers. If you don't know that, go and check it out.
1986.
He gets disrespected for too much, man. Isn't it, Uncle Rods? One of the first rappers, man.
It's tricky to get, like, you talking about 85, and, you know what I mean, them times that he started, and we're ripping up trees ever since. Yeah, big up football from the heart to you, man. Big up to you.
I also see Cypress Hill. JK, man, you gotta hook me up, brother. Man, you gotta hook me and Uncle Roz up, man. Bloody hell, you're leaving us behind, bro. Yeah, definitely. Let me just go. Bryan Adams, Diana Ross, they're legends in my opinion. If you go back in time and you want to listen to music, go back, man. Just go back and listen to these people. Forget about this rap and all this stuff. It's not just rap. Listen to music in general. And these people are legends, man. I love music. It doesn't matter if it's rap, rock, or pop. I don't care what it is. As long as the beat is right, I'll be there listening. That's how I do it. I'm sure you're the same, Uncle Rods.
You know what it is? That's why I would like to see one person I would like to see, and obviously I'm not going to get to do it, is Sammy Davis Jr. I would love to see him. I'd love to see him live. He's just, them people like that were just like the ultimate entertainers.
The Rat Pack, yeah.
Ultimate, it's just like quality. You know what I mean?
The Rat Pack and him, Frank Sinatra, and Dean Martin. Oh, Dean Martin. Oh, come on, man. People, I'm telling you, man, you're missing out. You're missing out. Go back in time, man. This one, voices were the best. When music was about the voice as well. I mean, it's crazy. Question from Ravi: how ready to go do you feel Liverpool are with this team? I think they can compete. I honestly think that. I think we'll just have to mind our own business, innit, Uncle Ross? We don't have to rush in and make everyone like nervous or anything. Just do your business quietly on the side, win your games, be unbeaten as much as possible, and then see where we go at the end of the season. And add some players in January. You know, like sometimes what we do, we're always missing 1 or 2 players when we're competing for title. If we're still in the title race, get some players in, bro. Get some players in that's going to push us over the line this time.
Right.
Yeah, bro, we are pen space, and you told me about seeing Diana Ross. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, 100%. I remember Jake. This is Jake, my mate, anyway. By the way, hello, Cool J. Around the way, girl. What was the song? I need love. That's it. I need love. Remember that song?
Yeah.
Hello, Cool J. It's the best, man. Yeah, love you better, mate. Just listen to LL Cool J's. When he first started. Yeah, mom was gonna knock you out. Come on. Mobb Deep. Yeah, one of them died, innit? One of them died. Oh, yeah. Mobb Deep. Oh. I love Mobb Deep, man. I love Mobb Deep. There we go. Look at Ravi sitting on the dock of bay. Yeah, of course, man. I love these songs. It's just I listen to the classics, people. Like, and these are, come on, man. You can't beat them. Temptations. Don't forget the Temptations, man. You know what I mean? Classic, man. Neptunes, yes, Pharrell. Original Neptunes when his crew from school, they came out of school together and they created that monster. You know what I mean? I've seen Bob Dylan. Bob Dylan's a legend, man. Yeah. 2014. He's a legend. He's a legend. But yeah, Michael Jackson, to me, is the greatest ever. I mean, I've always said it. If a person is guilty of this molestation things, I don't want to get into it. Would they let you keep your kids? Think about it, people. What I'm trying to say to you.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just listen.
Mm-hmm. I don't want to get into politics, but I'm just saying. Hey, lover, yes, bro. He knows it. Ravi knows it. All right, guys. Me and Uncle Roz are done. Uncle Roz, let's get out of here, man. Let's get out of here.
Big up,
let's
guys.
Get out of here.
Peace.
Wait, yeah, I'm gonna come back, Uncle Roz. Yeah.
Peace.